All right, welcome back. What this means for XRP and crypto, that the Senate passed the Genius stablecoin bill yesterday. It says the Genius Act establishes the first federal framework for dollar-pegged stablecoins, granting sweeping authority to the Department of Treasury and opening the door to banks, fintechs, and retailers. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter about that. I don't care. The Democrats, Republicans. But yeah, what it means for XRP, as you know, XRP has a stable coin, right? And a lot of other businesses and even banks are trying to get stable coins. So as it gets regulated, that's going to be easier. So as the thumbnail says, is there risk? Yes, there's always risk involved. So it's kind of a trick question. There's always risk involved. You should always be cautious and be alert. But this is ultimately a good thing. And especially for XRP, that it has its own stable coin, and that is very pivotal in using their stable coin in the cross-border payments, international payments, and what it does, using that and its technology and on the XRP ledger. So that we're finally having this bill passed that is helping, with the stable coins and getting regulation behind it is a good thing. It's part of the process, right? The Genius Act will protect consumers, enable responsible innovation, and safeguard the dominance of the U.S. dollar. The bill still faces hurdles in the Republican-held House, but passage in the Senate signals a turning point, not just for the technology, but for the political clout behind it. So ultimately, yes, a good thing, especially for XRP, I think, because, XRP has its own stable coin, just like, there's Tether and USDT, and there's some other stable coins out there, and companies. I think I saw the other day, like Walmart was looking at doing a stable coin. I think banks are looking at potentially getting into the stable coin area and doing that. But yeah. It says it also opens the door to a broader range of issuers, including banks, blah, 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 to launch their own, retailers to launch their own stable coins or to integrate them into existing payment systems, which could be XRP, right? Because XRP is very much positioned to be that, stable coin that people might integrate, these companies might integrate with, right? So again, I always say this, we're early, right? So there's a lot happening, and that's why I try to cover crypto and news and stuff almost every day as much as I can. And but yeah, this is a good thing. Again, there is risk involved because there's always risk involved of, this could provide more volatility to an already volatile asset, which is crypto and XRP, but you also need volatility and liquidity for, some big moves that potentially will happen in the near future, but definitely I believe in, the long term. So let's just go ahead and look at CoinMarketCap just real quick. Basically flat today, right? The overall market, XRP, a little down in the 7-day, but basically flat in the 24-hour. Still around that, 214. We had this nice move up and then kind of retrace back. And again, I think it, or not even think, it's still because of the ongoing war and tariff stuff and tariff talks and the war out in the Middle East now still there's a lot of uncertainty right around that. So that's going to definitely affect the market and especially crypto, because that's a very volatile asset. And, people will pull out of crypto first before, the stock market when bad news is coming out and stuff is happening, right? But yeah, just a quick video I wanted to make that they did pass the Genius Act bill, and I'll be curious to see, it still has the final, touches on it. I think it said the Senate, right? The Senate passed it. but it still has the house to go to and stuff. But yep, just wanted to share that. That is a good thing, especially for XRP, because like I said, it has a stable coin, right? And there's other companies and banks and stuff trying to get into the stable coin world, and this is, will help it eventually. So, but I think XRP might be, positioned, or it looks like it's positioned to be in a good spot for companies maybe adopt XRP rather than making their own, right? Because the technology already exists with XRP, so some integration could be happening here sometime soon, which would be exciting. So we'll see. Stay tuned, and I'll put out stuff when I see it. And thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping in real quick, and stick around for the channel, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Or like I always like to say, or go do whatever else you want to do. It's your life. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Peace.